All right, we're going to look at Troy Tulowitzki's swing. He's got some very sound rotational swing mechanics. Jake Epstein talks about him a lot of times. Here he hit a home run. We're going to look at right here from this front angle. We're just going to see that he's got a stance. You can see his bat kind of up here. He's got a little bit different stance than some other guys. Some other guys you might see the bat wrap around a little bit more, different bat angle. Some people take a long stride, short stride. His is a little bit more shorter. You can see his hands are back though. As we go through, you can see he takes a small step, and actually then you see his bat get into that position. So like Epstein talks about, it doesn't really matter what you do to heel plant. Okay, you can see a heel plant, and we're going to look at him from the side view here in a minute, but I just wanted to show you a couple things here on his plant and where his foot is, kind of pointed out toward first base, in between first and second, not closed off. Allows his hips to get through. You can see his hips coming through already. All his hands are still back. Look at his belt buckle is already pointed at the pitcher there. And you can see his hands still back, and as he's coming through. Okay. Now, as we go to, we're going to look here a little bit how he comes through on the swing. Okay, and this is on slow-mo, so it's a little easier to see. You can see when he gets to that plant, his bat does get in that familiar load position that you see a lot of major leaguers here have with this bat back here. And it's hard to see because he's got purple gloves and a black, but you can see that's kind of his forearm there, and then back to his shoulder. Okay. As he comes forward, that bat stays nice and tight. Hands stay nice and tight to that back shoulder. Okay? He's coming through. Notice what's leading, his hips. Okay? He's come through, and the first thing that comes through as he's trying to get those hips through, notice this area where his knee is. It's going to pinch in. Okay? It's going to pinch in, squeeze together. You see that back foot coming up. There's no squashing the bug on that back foot. He's up on that foot. But the other thing I want you to notice is how still he is. Okay, we're going to get another color here, and let's try green. And we're going to draw, since he's already planted, the rotation will start. And you're going to see, as he's coming through here, how still everything stays. Okay, right here, he's just rotating. Hips, look at where the bat position is. His hips are already open to the pitcher. You can see his knee pinching in. Okay, he's got that good angle. Actually, the guys on MLB are going to draw that as well. But you can see how he gets into that position, keeping that bat nice and tight, rotating about, and that creates the power here. Okay, so that rotation there where he takes that knee, okay, he's got his stance right there, and he takes his knee and pinches it in, turns about, okay, and comes through. Nice rotational right here. The other thing I want to show you is just right here, as he's in that position, we've also got a nice line from, can't see it, but his foot is kind of, I missed it. His foot is right here, and a nice line right up through. Okay, that allows him to put a lot of power into the ball at point of impact. Okay, as he goes through, you can see he hasn't turned those hands over yet. He's still extending on that plane where he thought that pitch was coming in. Okay, and he hits just enough below this ball to send it up. Okay, hits a little straighter on that ball, and maybe is a line drive, but it's just kind of where he hits that ball. But see, now he starts to roll that wrist over. So the other thing we can look at here, like you can see that nice angle. He's got that hip down. He got good bottom half here. Good bottom half with nice straight front braced leg. Okay, good angle here. Foot up off the ground. Good deep angle there. Now let's look at where that ball's coming in. Okay, that ball is coming in on a line right here. Okay, let's see if it follows that line. Pretty much. Okay, so now his job is to try and get that bat head on that path for as long as he can. Okay, when he sees that ball coming in, he's not swinging down on it. He's not swinging. Okay, obviously the bat starts up high here, so we got to get it down on plane. So what he does is that's where that bending of the knee right in here to get down without his head dipping down or throwing his hands down at the ball, okay, to get that bat on the plane right there. He starts to get it on plane there, so if he's late, okay, if he happened to be late on this, he'd still be on plane and he'd be hitting it back here and he'd be hitting it opposite field. Okay, if he's, you know, perfectly on time, he's going to hit it, you know, right up the middle right here. Right here, I think he hit it just off into left center field. You know, if he's too early and he hits it out here, then he ends up hitting it more into left field. But he's got to be on plane. If that bat path was more along the lines of, let's say, if he brought that bat down through and then around, he'd have one chance to hit the ball, and that'd be right there. Okay, so getting the bat on the plane of the pitch is very important, and unfortunately, and having that bat head on that path. Now you can see he dipped just below that path of that ball, and so then he got a little bit, just a tad under it, but it was just enough under it so he could hit a home run. Okay. Overall, excellent rotational swing mechanics by Tulowitzki. You know, if you're learning how to hit a baseball, this is a good model. Good model for you know, looking at the mechanics on how he stands, where he is at foot plant, how he gets the bat head down on the path, the plane of the pitch, as Epstein would say, and extending on through that plane